this event is not a selling event. People don't come here and peddle their product. People come here to share. And you find that you have the chief network officer and coming here and sharing their experience. And they're not here to sell anything. Vendors are not here to sell things. It really is about exchange of information, and it's very intimate. The number of attendees is just right, that you actually will find the person that you know and the person you haven't met at a one-on-one situation during breaks and during lunch and happy hour, and have a meaningful dialogue and form a relationship, a business relationship, a personal relationship going forward.
What I really like about MFF, it's small, it's got participants that really can engage, it's not just a mass number, and it really is the quality of thinking that can lead to breakthrough implementations, starting with what we can do with our strategy tomorrow. I've come away with 3 ideas I've already sent to my management team on what we should be doing different, try to have more impact.
I think the key difference with MFF compared to other events, it's a smaller exclusive event, and yet at the same time getting such a high concentration of the world telecom leaders coming together in such an incredibly well done event. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I think this is you've got really senior executives across the board and thought leaders. And 2, I would say just a melting pot of perspectives as opposed to something like maybe Mobile World Congress, which is really more linear thinking. So it's great to have that broader set of thinking from a senior set of execs.
I think nobody's really selling anything other than sharing knowledge, sharing insights, lessons learned, which is very unusual in our industry because we're always, vendor and customer and selling and showing and demoing. Here it's about talking about the topic, deep diving into like multi-dimensional aspects of it and not just talking about technology or product. We talked about everything from geopolitics to human behavior to the technology itself, which has been very kind of all-rounded experience. And that's something you usually don't get when you go to the Barcelona. Everybody's pitching, selling, showing you your their latest and greatest. And this time it's just about conversation, which is very high level and very the quality is very high. So super interesting.
Yeah. I'm very particular, very selective, so I don't attend so many events, but this one I do attend, and the reason is of course that it's great networking, but beyond that I think this insightful dialogue that I mentioned is valuable for the industry as we move towards the future here. We have so many good best practices to share and also to learn from each other, so that's why I think it's a great event.
It's so much more intimate. I think the quality of the speakers, the level and the leadership that these speakers represent, and all the other participants too, it's just a much more intimate setting. You get a lot more high-touch experience in speaking with them and learning from them, so much more of a enjoyable experience compared to going to the big sessions, the big events in places like Las Vegas or wherever else it might be.
One of the things that I really like about Mobile Future Forward is it's really a boutique event. And so when you have a couple hundred participants versus thousands, you really get an opportunity to meet and connect with, like I said, senior leaders from across the industry. And that intimacy is something that you don't usually see at sort of bigger, broader events.
It's entirely different. Much more intimate, much more senior level. It seems like many of the other shows, at least that I've attended, it's sort of a vendor fest. A bunch of vendors talking to each other. Here, it's really critical thinking from industry leadership and kind of a spirit of sharing as well. It's a lot of fun to take part in.
First of all, a beautiful forum. That's a little unusual just to be here in Seattle and over the water, so not every forum has quite such beauty and such great weather. But that aside, I think the real thing that was different is the level of intimacy you get with the people that are here. There's a real opportunity to engage with people at a different level, on the couch, on the sofas. A lot of people with mutual interests, key decision makers, and key influencers.
I try not to attend many events. But I can tell you this, if there is one thing that I can say about this event is it's closest to being with some soothsayers, something that's clairvoyant, something that tells you about the next 10 years, something that tells you about where to place your bets. And I really like that part of the event.
I think the biggest difference in Mobile Future Forward versus other events is it's a highly curated event, right? It's very clear that Chetan and the team put a lot of thought into who they invite, right, into the event. And the people they invite, because they're highly curated, have a very high degree of knowledge and relevance about the industry and where it's going. Because of their perch, where they are, but also because of their previous roles that they've done, right? Consequently, I think the insights you get at Mobile Future Forward are very unique and unlike what you find at other events.
Again, two reasons. I attend a bunch of these events globally. What I like about Mobile Future Forward is, number one, I like the fact that it's a close group of people, and you get to, not like a speed dating mode, but you get more involved with each of them. The engagement is fantastic. That's the first reason. And the second reason is the amount of insights that you draw from this day event is amazing, right? There's so much of data that Chetan and team collaborate together, bring it to you on a platter over the course of the day through the sessions, through the keynote speech. So the learning is amazing for me as well. I like that. Yes.
So if I can think about three things that are different. One, it's an intimate event. It's about 200 people. It's probably has stayed that way for a while. So it creates a nice ecosystem that you can talk to. Number two, I don't find it salesy. I find people can openly discuss ideas, even advanced topics. And number three, it's the character and quality of the people. We attract a lot of decision makers who openly talk about their plans. It's very good to have meaningful conversations, and it facilitates that. So to me, those three things differentiate MFF.
You know, there are a lot of great conferences, but I think what really sets us apart is Chetan's ability to curate very senior leaders that are relevant to what's going on in the quantumverse or in the market. I think that's the key difference. And for all senior leaders, you really should be part of this because it's a great way. You make great friends, but really it's a great discussion. And it's more of an interaction than me just sitting there absorbing things.